Okay, here we are again. MIPCOM. Ken, it's getting quite late, but don't leave yet because we have another very special guest here with me, of course. David Fox here at Fox Populi. You know it by now, Wonder Media, Imagination in Motion. But again, it is not about the Fox, it is about his guest. And today we have a very special guest again by the name of Mara Bergmann. Am I pronouncing that remotely okay, Mara?
That's amazing. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
David,
Oh,
for this
well,
invitation. I'm glad to be here.
I practice. So obviously we are, well, you are visiting Cannes from Germany, is it, Mara?
That's it. I come from Cologne in Germany. Very nice
Köln.
city near the River Rhine.
Beautiful historical city, Köln. Okay, well, anyway, Mara, now obviously you're here at MIPCOM for a reason. You're not just a tourist passing through Cannes. Tell us what brings you here.
I work in Germany as a TV presenter, but also as a creator. So I'm really interested in getting all the worldwide ideas, the pitches, and also an impression what's really hot right now.
Right. So you're a bit of a trend watcher. When you say what's hot right now, any particular field, subject, theme that you are a specialist in? Or, I mean, how do we define what's hot, really? I mean, I wouldn't know because I am maybe a bit more old-fashioned.
If I knew, maybe I would have the next big show already on air all over the world. So my main business actually is really being a journalist for TV programs in Germany. I work as a TV news anchor for NTV in Germany.
Yes.
So at the moment, I'm really so busy and working so much. But years ago, and also in future, I want to do my own projects again. I did have a little production company working for ZDF and doing some productions like hidden camera stuff, reports, like journalistic stuff. And in future, I'd like to do this and also a little of entertainment. So let's see what comes. I have some pitching ideas already, which I don't pitch this MIPCOM, but maybe next year. It's a like cooperation with a production company, and I can't tell you about it. I think this might be hot, very hot. I hope so. But it's also good to see what people present here, just to get an impression what's on the market right now. But I don't have the stress to have something to sell or to buy this time, so I really can concentrate on the appointments, on the nice contacts here at the MIPCOM.
Well, honestly, Mara, by the way you built that tension up right there, I can tell you're a good saleswoman already because I want to know what those ideas are, and I want you to come back next year and tell us all about them. So basically, you'll, you will have come up with a pretty hot concept. Now, you work for NTV or NTV. So again, tell us a bit about them. What kind of company is this? Where, what is their field of specialty, if you will? Do they have a national reach, that kind of stuff?
That's it. It's a German language TV program. So we do the daily news and we cover it the whole day through. So whenever you want to get informed, you always get news at our channel, and it's really a big channel belonging to RTL Group. We are located in Cologne, just near the river, which is a really beautiful point. But for
I bet it's beautiful there.
It is. Our offices, our studio is amazing. You have to watch NTV. You can watch it also digitally on the NTV app.
Yeah.
And it's a great team. Also in Berlin, in our capital, we have a big NTV studio, and it's great working there. I love the team, and we really bring the news very quickly on air. Whatever happens, if it's politics, sports, or something happening like a big storm, or also a terrorist attack.
You have to be there. You have to be there.
Cover it.
This kind of brings me to a kind of problem in journalism, of course. We live in such an information-saturated age. Also, everything has to happen immediately. You know, something happens, you have to be there with the story. Is this a problem that you think news media are sufficiently addressing, that maybe people are, journalists are, for very understandable reasons, too eager to get the story out, that we lack a bit of nuance in today's media landscape? Do you think that's a problem?
I don't think it's a problem, but for sure it's a subject we are looking at, we're working for, because we have a massive flow of news, of pictures, of videos, whatever happens. All the social media platforms, YouTube, is directly full of videos that all people can upload, and that leads to the point that there's people who upload videos that don't maybe belong to this one event, and the subject fake news or
there we go.
Disinformation. We say because
there
in
we
the
go.
news,
That's a big one. Yeah.
We really have to have us journalists as pros who can watch these videos, watch the
Yes,
photos.
yes,
And therefore we
yes.
have a great team of journalists who just
Precisely.
verificate these videos before bringing them on air. So we
Yeah,
are quick,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have
yeah.
to tell people if there is a situation like a terroristic attack because they read it already in social media. And then it's us pros who have to really look what is
Yes.
right, what is wrong, and to tell people what we know, but also what we don't know yet.
You think it's interesting because I was going to ask you, and then it's your turn to frame the story, and that's of course where the problem lies. Is that every story has its angle, and objectivity, of course, is a beautiful ideal, but it's so difficult because you always have to double check your news sources, and of course, well, we rely on journalists to be the kind of gatekeepers of information. It's a huge responsibility. You mentioned. Fake news there, and of course alternative facts, stuff like that, which is not only your job to make sure that we get the right information, but also that entire, how can I put this, ideological influence on how information is spread seems like such, well, I'm losing myself here, but let me put it this way. In one way, the internet has completely democratized information. All of us can get and produce news ourselves. The bad thing is, it seems to me that credibility of news sources seems to be on the decline, and people are, kind of forming their own stories more actively. Which brings me to the next point, because you're not just a journalist, you're also your own brand, if you will, right?
That's it. Maybe I can
Yeah.
add some point,
Please
which is
do.
very important. I think we, our company formed a verification team, and this belongs to a worldwide team. They
Yes.
special or lots of TV broadcasters, also
Yeah.
radio stations are part of it worldwide, and we have a team where we send all the videos and also photos to where we aren't sure, is this right, is this a fake? So they
Yeah,
check it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
before we
yeah.
send it, we check it. So it's more and more important to have these experts, and every journalist working for our company or for our TV station gets also
Precisely.
a workshop and really learns how to distinguish between videos, is this right, is this wrong, and
Yeah,
our team just does this. So this is really important to have.
Well, but it's a huge responsibility. Huh? It's something that I think we're going to have to keep a very close eye on in the future. And obviously, when we talk about real, obviously, we talk about virtual. And one of the many things that we're, as a company here, Imagination in Motion Wonder Media, are very interested in is, of course, the technology behind virtual and augmented reality. Is this something that's on your own radar as a journalist or, a multimedia expert, if I can call you that?
For sure, it's really on my monitor because
as
it's
it
for
should
me
be.
the very first time talking to a virtual
What are you
reporter.
talking about? There's nothing virtual about
David,
me.
come
I'm
on.
totally legit.
You're quite liquid there. I don't.
Liquid. That's
liquid.
one I haven't heard. That's okay.
Yeah, but it's really a great experience, and it shows something very serious too. I
Yes.
think it's on the one hand a big chance. For example, you could be a Hollywood star that I may be interviewing, who maybe just doesn't have time to fly to Germany for a little
Precisely,
interview, but
yeah.
who can be like this, or maybe as a hologram in my studio. But on the other hand,
yes,
it can be
yes.
very dangerous because there can be people who more easily can fake things. So I think for the
Yeah,
news,
here we
maybe
go
we
again.
have to pay attention. But for an entertainment show or a talk show, this can be a
Yeah.
great technique to work with. And it was very interesting. I saw the Fresh TV show and the trailers here at MIPCOM, and there was one UK format which is called Voices of the Graves. It really
wow,
touched
that
me.
sounds
I thought
morbid.
it's morbid, and I was a little bit pro and con.
Okay.
I think it's so emotional. They have people who know they're gonna die soon.
Oh.
They record holograms of themselves
Oh, wow.
that are played to
Yeah.
their beloved ones after they passed away. So this is
Oh
really
my
emotional,
goodness.
and I thought, oh my God, it's ethically, it's a little
It's a very, it's
complicated theme,
precisely complicated.
but it's
Yeah.
emotional. And myself, my dad passed away a year ago, and I would
I'm
love
sorry
to
to hear
have
that.
such a message from him, but
Yeah.
not on television
course.
maybe, but still,
Well,
it's
yes.
very impressive to see how good these holograms already are. I mean, you look great, but still, I see you're
Thank
not
you.
real. But
Really?
next year, maybe
That is fake news. It's
what do you
how am
see,
I
Peter?
not real? That's a good one right there. I mean, no, of course I know. The stuff you just described, it's very gripping, and it sounds like every Black Mirror episode is coming to reality before our eyes. Even I believe there is an episode in that series called I think Be Right Back, where a young man passes away, and he's actually brought back through technology as a computer program. I mean, do you think this kind of stuff is going to happen to us as a society? That we're
I
going
never
to
say
embrace
never.
this?
I really
Okay.
am curious what happens
Sure.
in future, and I would love to live longer than we all are able to live, because I'm so curious what happens in future.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
Well-
very rapid,
well,
and I
here's
think
the
yes,
thing.
maybe you can scan some kind of. I don't think the personality, but maybe some traits
Yeah.
of character or something.
Well, I
to
mean, I know
rebuild
that
people.
I am, okay, I'll admit, totally virtual here,
Yeah.
yeah, but even you, there's a chance that you might, one day, or part of you might be uploaded as a kind of program, and maybe you'll become your own avatar. I'm drifting off here, of course.
I mean, this is I think
Yes.
it can be. I wonder. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, as a woman, it's harder to rebuild the hair like digitally
Oh,
already.
okay,
So
that's
it's
a-
maybe easier to replace men presenters than
practical,
women.
practical, short-haired.
But there's
Yeah,
a danger
advantage.
too. You have maybe also mobile apps like social media
Sure,
apps.
sure,
And there
sure.
you can put a photo of a president, for example, of
Yes, yes.
Trump
Oh,
on another
oh,
face,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you could
yeah, yeah.
also build some news, some statements,
Uh-huh.
and one day you won't see, is this the real Trump or is this maybe
Precisely.
David
That's actually one of
behind?
the questions that we had as a media company here. Is there, same with artificial intelligence, are we going to see virtual reality that's able to convince people that they're in our physical world? Because I'm thinking in terms of entertainment or
I
in
mean, for us
tourism
women,
even.
it can be amazing because, for
Yeah.
example, I can be in 50 years my younger me, so I can work forever as a TV presenter.
Yeah, yeah,
How amazing is
yeah,
that?
of course, of course. Well, Mara, these are, of course, it's not just food for thought. We could go on forever here, virtually forever. See what I did there? Yeah. Mara, one more thing that I basically wanted you to touch upon. You have a social media canal that you wanted to basically advertise for a moment. Go ahead. So where can we find you in your online endeavors?
I have several ones with my name, Mara Bergmann. You find them.
Okay.
But on Instagram, I have a special name with a special story behind. I have the name Captain Mara.
Captain Mara.
And this is just because I love the ocean so much here in Cannes. Oh my God. Every
What?
minute I can, I have
Yeah.
appointments near the ocean. But I love the ocean. And my grandpa, when I was small, taught me how to drive boats. And that's why
I see.
became a captain when I was 16, just for little boats. But I love it.
Yeah, and you're calling me liquid.
Yeah. I love the liquid. So I'm a big fan of the ocean.
I
so
see that now. I see that now.
I love your outfit, like a blue jacket. It's really nice.
Thank you. I've had many compliments.
Hope to
and
see you again,
it's-
David.
Sorry?
Hope to see you again
Hope
one
to
day.
see you again, Mara. Thank you very much for being here on the show. We're going to wrap things up, and we wish you all the best with your career, not just virtually, but really. So thanks again, and I think that is a wrap. So thank you, Mara Bergmann.
My pleasure.
Our pleasure.